Now I will introduce to you someone who basically needs no introduction. He is our council member for the 28th District, New York City Council. And I can tell you personally, having lived in this neighborhood since 1976, and having been dealing with several politicians, this is the only guy who is hands on the job. He's all over the place. He's down to earth. When he talks to you, he puts his hands around your shoulder. And if you're, no matter how big the crowd is, especially if I'm there, his hand is over my shoulder, naturally you're going to stand up here. Isn't that true? Yeah. And I'm very proud to introduce to you our councilman, Ruben Wills, a very good councilman.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. You guys should be excited. Yeah, okay, so let's get excited. Oh, I get it. Y'all excited because you want everyone to get me out the way so the Congresswoman can speak. That's what it is, right? You see me too much and you don't care. Okay. Make it quick. Just make it quick, right? You know the commanders here. Get your car to it.
I get a market.
Yeah. I wanted to, I just wanted to greet you and to thank each and every one of you for coming out. I know that my staff, Mr. Hackett, others had actually reached out to you in the last 24 hours, or 36 hours, and asked you to come out and greet the Congresswoman. But I had no idea, and I'm not going to name any names because I would get in trouble, but I had no idea that we would have so many leaders from this community that actually touched the pulse of the city in one room that fast. I mean, for all of you guys, that's something. And as the Imam said, this is a time when no one came in with their differences. Everybody came in to celebrate one thing, and that was the historic achievements of one young lady who thought it not robbery to come into our district and to greet us. Now, District 28, I'm proud to say, has been a district of a lot of firsts. You know, we were the first district in the state to get the distance learning program in our schools. We were the first district in the state to do a lot of different things with legislation. We'll be the first district, that's a surprise I'll say for you later. But we are now, District 28, the first district to greet and welcome Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who is the first Hindu American elected to the United States Congress of America. A quick minute and I'm going to sit down. This young lady is not only special because of that. She's not only special because she's going to be the first person in history to be sworn in using the Gita. Now that's a big deal because we have a lot of people that don't stick to their practice or their way of life. They blow like the wind when it comes to politics. You know what I'm talking about. But she's not about polls. She's not about what's this and what's that. She's about doing what's right and what she feels is best for the people and constituents of Hawaii and now the United States of America. This young lady was elected to the state legislature at 21 years old. Now, me and Craig were on the way over here. I mean, he's not too much past 21, but at 21, I don't know too many of my friends or peers that were elected to the state legislature. You know, at 21, we were just thinking about what we wanted to do. People in college, if they got to college, anything else. A lot of young people are driving around in cars and wanting to oppress the young ladies. And she was elected. At 19, she had a successful not-for-profit with her father, who is a state senator and who is a lecturer in the Catholic Church, but her mother is Hindu. So that speaks to the diversity in her household right there. They allowed her and her sister and her brothers, 4 brothers, 3 brothers, to pick the faith that they wanted to go into. And this is what they picked. She actually ran a successful campaign and was going into another elected office that was very comfortable for her, and voluntarily went into the military to fight for our country. When her, when her company was called up, they didn't call her because she's important. You know, she's a big shot. We're not going to call her. She said that if the people in my company go, so do I. So she said she was not going to go back. She went into the military again to make sure that this was taken care of. It's not too many people that give up a good job. You know, they got it right, and she did what she needed to do to fight for our country. So her being in Congress is a perfect fit. She had a primary election in February. She was down 45 points in the polls. Now I know some people that are down 8 points in the polls, and we kick them to the curb and say, you know, we're not dealing with them. They lost the race. And she came up and won by 20-something%? 21%. That's a 66% swing. When I first met her, it was just something about her. You know, my staff sent me the whole bio for her, and I read it, and I read it, and I read it, and we Googled. And every time we Googled, we would find something more incredible about this young lady. And when I first met her, she is the real deal. She believes in what she says. She believes in this country. She believes, more importantly, in you. She believes in every individual in this room. She believes in you, Dan Paul. She believes in you, Tony Delano. She believes in some of you that I don't believe in stuff. She believes in every person in this room. She's a beautiful individual on the inside and out. She has spent 3 hours in our district already. So she came out here. This is another first. The first district in New York that she came to address is the 28th Council District. Without further ado, I introduce to you.
Thank you. Aloha, namaskar. I feel like I'm at home. In Hawaii, I have a flower lei. Thank you very much for the beautiful flowers. And the warm welcome that all of you have given me here. I really, really am touched to the core. My sister is here. Davin, would you stand and say hello to everyone? My sister came to New York by herself when she was 18 years old and went to John Jay College, studied forensic psychology, and has made us all proud here where she serves as a deputy U.S. Marshal. And I'm so happy and privileged to be here, have this be my first visit here after the election. Ruben did a wonderful job telling some of my story. He was very, very generous, and I appreciate that. I feel honored to be here with all of you tonight, because as I'm standing here and listening to the different prayers, listening to the Imam's words, and looking at all of you, you are the reason why Ruben and I do what we do. You are the reason why we wake up every single day with a smile, full of energy, and ready to get to work. I grew up, many of you may be surprised, but my sister will attest. When I grew up, I was very, very shy. I was 5 kids in our family. All of my siblings much more boisterous and outgoing and extroverted than I was. I surfed and read my books and was very happy in my own little world. I used to make my sister go and talk to everyone for me. She was my spokesperson. But my parents raised all 5 of us kids with a strong sense of service, what we know in the Hindu practice as karma yoga. That no matter what we chose to do in our lives, my parents told us, whether you choose to go into business or medicine or law, government, law enforcement, as long as you go into this with a heart of service, that everything that you do for others. You put others before yourself. That is the true meaning of success, and only in that will you find true happiness. And that's why my sister chose law enforcement. She takes her job very seriously to protect others, to keep our streets and communities safe. And that's what motivated me first when I was 21 to step way outside of my comfort zone and have to knock on thousands and thousands of doors and talk to thousands and thousands of strangers, which was very frightening to me at the time. But as I walked house to house and knocked on each of these doors, I was struck by the kindness and the warmth of people who welcomed me as you have welcomed me here tonight, who've shared their hearts and their homes and their families with me and placed their trust and confidence in me that I would go and fight for them. And it has been that motivation of service that made me not hesitate for a moment to leave my job in the state legislature, to go and serve in the military, to be with my brothers and sisters in uniform, because I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that the beauty and freedom of our country that allows all of us to be sitting in this room tonight in Queens, people of many different faiths, races, ethnic backgrounds, history, social class, positions, and titles, to be here sitting shoulder to shoulder, appreciating what America is all about. And understanding, more importantly, that it is only by us coming together and working together can we continue to make our home better for the next generation. That's why I went overseas to fight. That's why I ran for Congress. And what makes me feel so privileged and honored to be here today with all of you. I've been welcomed very warmly by the leadership in the House and looking forward to taking the oath of office on January 3rd on the Bhagavad Gita, and looking forward to bringing these principles of karma yoga that I've been blessed with through my parents and sharing them with others, because when you look at the different faiths that are represented here, the different faiths that are represented all across the country, this is the shared value that we all have, is that value of service and servant leadership. And I can see here by the leaders that are gathered here tonight, with the speed that each of you activated your own networks to allow me the privilege of saying hello to all of you, that you are waking up every day with that same heart and spirit of service. And this gives me hope, and it gives me inspiration, because we all need each other to make things happen. Their title deserves respect, and they forget that they are there in that position to serve and to work for people, to work for others, not to get others to work for them. And that's the difference that I noticed immediately in Ruben when I got a chance to meet him. That's the difference that I feel in my heart here in this room tonight. And that is the difference that we can all make together. That is the only way that we can affect the kind of change that we need to make as a country, so that the kind of tragedies that happened in Connecticut, the kind of tragedies that we've seen in other places, not just in our country but around the world, this is the only way we can find real peace and real solutions. So I look forward to joining hands with all of you as we look forward and continue to fight the good fight for all people. Thank you so much. Aloha.
Rockaway Gold Buyers and Pawn Shop. Gold prices are on the rise. Visit Rockaway Gold Buyers to get the highest price on your jewelry today. Also, ask about our layaway plans. Also, pay all your bills with Payomatic. That's right, pay your phone and cable, Macy's and card payment, mortgage and credit cards, and many more. We also do wire transfers and money orders with Western Union. Need cash? Get a 4-month loan now. Mention code word Lakshmee to receive no interest for the first month on any loan up to $500. Located conveniently on 10705 Rockaway Boulevard. Call and visit us today, 718-480-8343. Rockaway Gold Buyers and Pawn Shop.
Elegant Floral Design. We can help you beautify your event. No occasion is too big or too small. We specialize in floral decor and party planning for every event. Please call 718-322-9786. Please use promo code Lakshmee for a discount.
Listen to Chillin' with Rose, weekdays 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the world's #1 chutney soca station, Bacchanal Radio. One station, one voice, one nation.